My name is Madeline Johnson, and I'm here today to speak on behalf of myself, my family, and my best friend, Madison Baldwin. I was a senior at Oxford High School when the shooting happened, and I would like to start this off by sharing the shirt I'm wearing. Madison used to draw me doodles on gum wrappers, and I'd keep them. One day she gifted me the one on the front of my shirt, and she said that it was the two of us as dinosaurs, best friends, even in the prehistoric times. This is one of the only things I have left to remember her by.
Still out so we can see your shirt because he can't see.
This is the back.
Thank you.
On November 30th, 2 years ago, Maddie and I were coming from our 4th hour AP Statistics class that we had together, and we were walking down the 200 hallway. I had a lot of time to get to my next class, so I figured I would walk Maddie to her 5th hour class, Sociology. Once we neared the end of the hallway, we realized that the shortcut she usually took, the courtyard, was closed for the season. I've since heard that the courtyards were not closed that day, but we both seemed to think that they were. We had to take the long route instead, the one that curved around the school. Little did we know we were walking straight towards a gunman. Since neither of us had intended on taking the long route, I realized that I was going to be late for class, so I said goodbye to her and turned around to start walking the other way. I didn't think that goodbye was going to be permanent. I thought it was goodbye for an hour, and I'll see you next class. As soon as I started walking the other direction, I heard the first round of bullets. The pattern of them still plays in my head every single day. For a moment, just a fraction of a second, everything went quiet, or at least it did for me. I looked around the hallway and saw looks of horror on the faces of teachers and other students. Their faces are frozen in my mind. I didn't see Madison. I couldn't see where she went. After that fraction of a second passed, it sunk in for everyone in the hallway, and it was chaos. People were screaming, running, pushing, and shoving. Doors were being slammed shut as kids desperately tried to make it to a classroom, and more gunshots rang in my ears. I wasn't in control of my own body anymore, and I couldn't feel any of my limbs. My hearing went out, sort of like when you're underwater and people above you are talking. My vision went blurry, and I didn't even realize that I was running as fast as I possibly could to the other end of the 200 hallway. I later recalled that I passed so many exits, so many side doors, but during those few minutes of hell in the hallway, all I could do was run forward. I found out that Madison died a few hours later from a photo on somebody's Snapchat story. I didn't believe it until multiple other people confirmed it for me. Even then, for months, I still didn't really believe it. The moment it really sank in that she was gone forever was the day we had to go back to the high school. I sat in my ceramics class, our favorite class, and I watched as students poured through the door, and I waited for her to come sit at her seat right next to me, and I waited, and I finally realized that she was never coming. For a long time, I blamed myself. I should have continued to walk her to class because then maybe things would be different. I blamed those stupid courtyard doors for being locked on us because if we'd taken the shortcut, she would still be here. But now I realize where the blame truly lies, and it lies with that monster sitting over there who can't even look at me. My life has been nothing short of a complete and total mess for the past 2 years. I can't trust anybody anymore. I don't make friends. I can barely keep my current friends because I can't let anyone get close to me anymore. I can hardly attend my college classes. I can't go into rooms that only have one door. I can barely go to concerts, malls, and other crowded places. I can't fall asleep without waking up in a panic from nightmares, and the only place I truly feel safe is my bedroom. I used to be a nicer person. I used to be fearless. I used to be a good friend, but I can't be any of those things anymore because the only thing that is ever on my mind are those gunshots playing over and over again on a loop. I don't enjoy things anymore, but all these combined are not even nearly as painful as it is to live without my best friend. I want the person who did this to know that Madison would have been your friend. I want you to know that she would have treated you with nothing but kindness had you not killed her. I'm not sure how much emotion you're capable of feeling, but I hope you regret it. And I hope it eats away at you. And I hope you feel even a fraction of the loneliness that I felt over these last 2 years. But I can't leave this courtroom today thinking that you won, and I can't let you think that either. You turned your pain into hatred, and I turned mine into love. That right there is one of the many differences between you and I. You are never going to know what it's like to have a friend who would do anything for you, and you'll never know what it's like to be happy. You took 4 lives. You took Madison's life, but you didn't, and you never will take away who she was. She knew joy, she knew love, she knew laughter, happiness, and friendship. She had such a rich life, and she truly lived it. You are never going to know what it's like to be loved, and that is why I win. Because of what you did, you are alone. You are completely and totally alone for the rest of your life. There are no punishments in this world that could ever make up for what he took from us. Not even 1,000,000 life sentences could begin to serve justice, but you have the power to sentence one. 1 life sentence without the possibility of parole. If that is the best closure we are ever going to get, then that is the only viable option. Any lesser sentence or any possibility of parole would be a slap in the face to everyone who is here today. Giving a mass murderer a second chance at life after he took 4 lives, injured 7 people, and traumatized students like myself is unthinkable. Thank you, and please take this into consideration.
Thank you for being here, and I'm very sorry about the loss of your friend, but thank you for your strength and courage in speaking this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.